Two high-ranking CYFD employees raised several concerns about the state agency, including the use of the message disappearing app, Signal. Then they were fired. News 13's Courtney Allen joins us with new details on what led up to the termination.
Jess, Cliff Gilmore was hired as the public information officer at CYFD in November. His wife was hired in December to lead CYFD's newly formed Office of Children's Rights. They were both fired May 6th. Tonight, Cliff Gilmore says it would be inappropriate at this point to discuss specific circumstances of his firing, but he did share what he told his boss about using the Signal app. Late last month, the Children, Youth and Families Department came under fire for the use of Signal, an app in which messages among staff disappear. Some raised concerns about CYFD potentially violating the Inspection of Public Records Act by deleting public documents. Here's Cabinet Secretary Brian Blaylock defending its use on April 27th.
We are not destroying anything that could be considered public record or public document. Anything that we're required to keep under IPRA, we're absolutely retaining.
But before this went public, a high-ranking official within the department says he raised several concerns about the use of the app. On April 22nd, CYFD Public Information Officer Cliff Gilmore sent a letter to Blaylock that says, in part, in light of word of an impending media query into CYFD's use of the Signal app, I am formally recommending use of the app be halted immediately, arguing that use of the app is detrimental to the public's trust in government institutions. In an emailed response to Gilmore, Blaylock argued that the use of the app was carefully vetted by attorneys and leadership and encouraged Gilmore to talk with CYFD's privacy experts about his concerns.
If we were communicating, especially while folks were working remotely under unsecured channels, talking about children and families, we wouldn't be doing our moral or legal obligation in order to keep that information secure and private.
Gilmore tells News 13 that the Signal app was just one of several concerns he raised about how the department was handling things. He had submitted a complaint of retaliation on April 2nd, but didn't even get confirmation that his complaint had been received until the end of the month. The following week, Gilmore says there was a meeting with cabinet leadership who told him he served at the pleasure of the governor and his employment was terminated. His wife, Deborah, who also raised concerns about several issues, including Signal, was fired at the same time. The governor's office tells us tonight exempt employees like Gilmore can be terminated at any time for any reason, and the administration does not comment on personnel matters. CYFD says the Gilmores were provided the opportunity to discuss their concerns, but that those concerns were purely about public perception and not on careful legal evaluation. CYFD has since quit using the Signal app. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Courtney. CYFD's full statement can be found on our website. Gilmore says he has more than 25 years of experience in communications and hasn't had any negative reviews until joining CYFD.